All right, here we are again at the end of lesson 3, and instead of doing the problem set that is provided, even though this one's actually fairly reasonable, I'd like y'all to do a different one. We're gonna do a different one. So y'all gonna go ahead and do this one, okay? So we have another kuta software program sheet, and I'm gonna have you do just through 10. All of these are good, but I'm gonna have you do 1 through 10. So that's where you're going to stop, okay? So we did plenty of examples above, but let me show you how I would want you to respond. So I'll go ahead and solve one for you so you can see how I want your answer to be. So let's do number 7 since it looks like it's kind of the most complicated. So remembering our rules for powers to a power, we're going to distribute the exponent on the outside and multiply it by the exponents on the inside for each term. So that means we have 2 to the first, x to the fourth, y to the fourth. So we have the exponent 3 being multiplied times 1, so that's 2 to the 1 times 3, which is 3. And then we'll have times x to the 4 times 3, which is 12, to the y, which is y to the 12. Right? And if I was writing that, I could just write it as 2/3, 2 to the third, x to the 12th, and y to the 12th. Or I could even simplify that even further because I can actually solve 2 to the third, make that 8, x to the 12th, y to the 12th. Yes, sir. All right, and I could actually, there's a million ways I could write that, but there's one other way I could write it. I'll show you. This isn't what I would want from you, but you can also write it like this. So you could have xy to the 12th. I think I'm not saying anything, but that kind of doesn't. This isn't what we want. It's right, but it's not what I want. Okay, this is closer to what I want, and actually, this is what Eureka what Eureka would expect from you would be that. But either one of those is fine for me. So, and I'll go ahead and show you how to type that answer, the long answer, into your box here. So you'll have just like the other forms, you're just going to have the picture. And 1, 2, 3, 4. I could definitely save some time by just doing this in pause. But 5, 6, 7. Great, we're on 7, and we just need our response to this. So we're going to have 2, which I'm going to put every single one of these terms into its own parentheses because they're all going to have exponents 2 to the third. 2 to the third power. 2 to the third? Whatever. 2 to the third power times x to the 12th power. Just remember that little arrow is how we write our exponents without having to get super fancy. The arrow is there, so we'll use it, okay? Y to the 12th power. All of those are going to be in parentheses for the sake to keep it nice and neat. And that will be our final answer. So that's this over here in final form. Okay, excellent. You have 1 through 10 to do. That means that you have a total of 30 points possible. I'm going to make it a 20-point assignment, so that gives you some room to get all the points you need. Excellent. Thank you for your time.